Part 1. The kitchen crisis. Imagine waking up to make your morning tea or breakfast, and the flame just flickers out. You call for a refill, but the delivery is delayed. At your local favorite restaurant, the menu is suddenly half its usual size. This isn't a scene from a movie, it's the reality across India right now, from Bengaluru to Coimbatore and Hyderabad. We're facing an LPG shortage, but why now? And how does a conflict thousands of miles away affect your kitchen stove? Today, we're breaking down the LPG crisis in simple words. Part 2. The numbers behind the flame. LPG, or liquefied petroleum gas, is India's primary cooking fuel. To put it simply, we use a staggering 31.3 million tons of it every year. Over the last decade, our gas consumption has nearly doubled. This is largely thanks to schemes like the Ujjwala Yojana, which brought gas cylinders to millions of new homes across the country. But here's the major vulnerability. India doesn't produce all this gas. In fact, we only produce about 40% of what we need. The other 60%, we have to buy it from other countries, mainly from the Persian Gulf, places like Saudi Arabia and Qatar. Part 3. The global bottleneck. So, why can't we just bring the gas in like we always do? It all comes down to a tiny stretch of water called the Strait of Hormuz. This is the world's most critical energy highway. Almost 90% of India's LPG imports must pass through this narrow waterway. Because of the escalating conflict in West Asia involving the US, Israel, and Iran, this waterway has effectively shut down. Right now, at least 22 Indian-flagged tankers filled with energy cargo are stranded. They are just sitting there in the Gulf, waiting for a clear sign that it's safe to move. Without these ships moving, the supply chain is broken. Part 4. Who gets the gas? When the supply drops, the government has to make a very tough choice. Their top priority? Your home kitchen. To prevent a crisis in household cooking, the government has prioritized LPG for domestic consumers. But this has created a massive crunch for everyone else. Hotels, restaurants, and tea shops are feeling the heat, literally. A medium-sized hotel with 100 rooms needs about 1.5 large cylinders just to cook breakfast for one day. Restaurant owners are warning that if they don't get a steady supply, they'll have to shut down entirely. Even for regular families, the crunch is felt in the wallet. Domestic prices have gone up by about 60 rupees, while commercial cylinders are over 114 rupees more expensive. Part 5. The government's battle plan. The government is moving quickly to manage the situation. First, they've invoked the Essential Commodities Act to prevent hoarding and black marketing. Second, they've told oil refineries to shift their focus. Usually, refineries use certain gases like propane and butane to make petrochemicals for plastics. Now, they've been ordered to divert those materials into making more LPG for cooking instead. Third, you might notice your booking cycle has changed. The gap between refills has been pushed from 21 days to 25 days. This is a deliberate move to stop people from panic booking and hoarding extra cylinders they don't immediately need. Part 6. What happens next? Is there a long-term fix? Some businesses are looking at solar power or induction stoves, but those take time and money to install. Time that many small tea stalls simply don't have. For now, officials say India has enough reserves to manage for a while. The government's strategy is clear. Protect the household supply first and manage the shortage elsewhere until global shipping routes stabilize. Ultimately, the fire on your stove depends on peace half a world away. Until the Strait of Hormuz opens up, we all have to be a bit more mindful of how we use our fuel. Bonus segment: smart ways to save gas at home host. While we wait for the supply to stabilize, many of you have asked, how can I make my current cylinder last longer? And here are 5 simple, expert-approved hacks to stretch your LPG use by up to 30%. 1. The pre-cooking prep. Don't light the stove until everything is ready. Many of us turn on the gas and then start chopping onions or looking for spices. That's just burning money. Chop, measure, and keep your ingredients ready first. Also, make sure your pots are dry before putting them on the flame. Using gas just to evaporate a few drops of water is a waste. 2. Harness the power of soaking. This is the oldest trick in the book, but it works. Soaking your dal, rice, or chana for just 30 minutes before cooking can reduce your actual stove time by over 20%. The softer the grain, the less fuel it takes to reach the finish line. 3. Lids are your best friend. Never cook in an open vessel. Cooking without a lid is like trying to heat your house with the windows open. A lid traps the steam and heat, cooking your food significantly faster. If you can, use a pressure cooker for almost everything. It's the most fuel-efficient tool in your kitchen. 4. Check the flame color. Take a look at your burner. Is the flame blue? If it's yellow or orange, your burner is likely clogged. A yellow flame isn't just dirty, it's inefficient and uses more gas to produce less heat. A quick cleaning with an old toothbrush can fix this and save you a lot of fuel. 5. Use electric backups for small tasks. If you have an electric kettle or an induction cooktop, use them for the small stuff. Boiling water for tea, heating milk, or boiling eggs can be done much more cheaply with electricity right now, saving your precious LPG for the main meals like rotis or heavy curries. Small changes in our daily habits can make a huge difference during a crunch. Stay smart, and let's keep those kitchens running.